Smash Sports Show right here on Smash FM here on Lockdown Thursday here in Melbourne. Of course, let's turn our attention to the World Game in particular and continue our series we've had with Southern United and continue with the under-19s VPL women's team. And of course, unfortunately, they didn't actually have a season in 2020 because of what's been going on, but I'm sure they'll be ready to go in 2021 because we've got a very special guest on the show because her name's Macy. She joins us right now. Thanks, Macy, for joining us.
That's all right.
Obviously, I would love to be interviewing you about what's been happening on the field, but I guess that hasn't happened this year. What have you been doing to sort of keep yourself motivated and keep yourself sane and hopefully to get back on the field again?
First I've been training with my coach, Mel Mazels, like one-on-one at least like once a week. And then I've been trying to work out most days. And then I've also like kicked the ball with my brother at the park sometimes to keep my touches up and stuff. Yeah.
Now you mentioned that you do one-on-one sessions with your 19s coach, which is obviously the goalkeeper in the W League in Mel Mazels. Tell us, how special is that to do one-on-one sessions with her?
Oh, it's really special, and I feel like, it's a privilege because not everyone gets to do it, and it's like, it's pretty good. And I always enjoy it as well.
And what have you learnt from, I guess, having her as your coach, but especially to do these one-on-one sessions? What have you learnt from her?
Oh, I've learnt many things. Like the other day we were working on, like, we weren't necessarily just doing stuff with the ball. We were working on, like, how to land properly and, like, form and stuff, like landing and, like, form and stuff like that. It's pretty cool, like, learning new stuff apart from stuff, like, on the ball necessarily. Yeah.
Now, this year was supposedly meant to be the first year for the 19s in VPL women's this year. Obviously, dropping back from NPL. I guess, how was this season? Well, if it went ahead, how was this season? You think the team would have gone this year?
Oh, I think that the team would have gone pretty well. We trained pretty hard in pre-season and, like, there was some new girls, some old girls. Yeah. I feel like we would have done pretty well.
Now, I interviewed your teammate early in the week in Indy, and obviously she gave you great, reviews about you as a player. Tell us a bit about playing alongside Indy, or obviously you haven't had a chance to play alongside Indy yet, but tell us how special to have Indy.
I have in the race. Oh, Indy's always a good time. She's always so funny and, like, upbringing. Like, if the team's, like, down, she'll always uplift them. And even she's such a good player too. She's, like, one of the best people to be in a team with. Yeah.
Now, just tell us a bit about. I'm assuming you played last season as well, and a couple.
Yeah.
Tell us a bit about how last season went, but especially, I guess, the couple of seasons that you've been there at Southern.
Yeah, well, last year I captained the under-14s, and that was so good. Like, learnt so many new things. Getting coached by Braxy was also really good too. And all the girls are just so, like, pretty good. Had a good season. And then also played with the under-16s and under-19s on some weekends as well, like, played it up. And then the seasons before that I played under-16s, which is the best. Like, I've always loved it at Southern. Southern's just never a moment do I not enjoy myself at Southern. It's always good.
Now, you've had 3 amazing coaches at Southern. Obviously, we mentioned about Mel just a moment ago. Obviously, Braxy and, of course, Deb as well, who have won premierships. How special and what have you learnt from them being playing under those 2 coaches that we haven't mentioned yet?
I've learnt most of my, like, soccer skills off Deb and Braxy. Like they push you to your limits as well. Like, if you're not performing, they'll let you know and tell you what you're not performing well in as well. And they're always, you can always ask them questions without, like, being afraid as well. Really good to have as coaches.
I guess going into 19s, and you mentioned that you played I guess, a couple of games for the 19s in past seasons.
Yeah.
I guess
Yeah.
with this year and obviously going to next year as well, I guess how good is that to know that you've actually had experience against some of the older, I guess, players that you've already played against in past years?
It's good, like, and like you know what you're expecting as well. Like going out into the field, it's not going to be easy because they're bigger girls and more skilled as well. But it's good, like knowing what you're expecting what's going to happen, and you just know how to play. I guess it helps.
Do you miss seeing your teammates?
Oh, so much. I miss seeing them all. Yeah.
And have you been staying in touch with any of them at all since?
Yeah, I've stayed in touch with some of them. Yeah, group chats on social media as well to talk and stuff. So yeah, I guess I have been keeping in touch.
How did you get involved in the World Game? Why did you choose it?
I first got involved, like I started playing it at school and I found it really enjoyable. And I also knew like my dad and like family members have played it before. And I just found like an interest in it and yeah, tried it and loved it, I guess.
Now, what position do you play on the field? And if you have preferred position you love to convince Mel to put you, where would that be?
Oh, I've played all pitches all over the field, but I'd say midfield would be my favourite.
What would be a particular highlight throughout your World Game journey so far?
Oh, probably going to the grand finals and witnessing them as well. Those scoring headers is always really good. Like it's a massive rush. It's like better than a normal goal. And just playing up with other people is a good experience as well. I really love playing up.
And what does the sport of the World Game mean to you, and especially playing there at Southern?
Oh, Southern's a family, I guess. Like I'm always excited to go to training, play games, and on the weekend just see everyone, I guess. And like, it just makes me happy, the sport, and it's a good way to like forget about all the other stuff going on in your life, even if it's good or bad. It's just a good way to get away.
Now, prior to going to Southern, did you have like a junior club that you played for?
Yeah, I played at Langwarrin Soccer Club before I moved to Southern.
Now, I know you mentioned about Langwarrin, and also I think there was a couple of games that Southern played at Langwarrin before the ground now at Carrum Downs. I guess, how good was that too? And did you ever get a chance to play for Southern at your home club?
No, I didn't. They played at Langwarrin the year before I joined Southern. I never played at Langwarrin with Southern.
You would have played alongside a couple of amazing players. Now, I know you don't want to single anyone out, but do you have like a top 5 players that you played alongside with?
Oh God, there's too many, I guess. I guess playing with Jen, who came from America, has like always been good because she's like from America and it was like pretty special. Playing with Sage is always so good. God, I don't know who else to say. Like everyone's good to play with. Maddie from the 19 is always really good as well.
With the Women's World Cup being here in Australia 3-year time in 2023, what did that announcement mean to you?
Oh, it was pretty special, I guess. Like you got a chance to like go to all the games, and pretty good for the Matildas as well, playing at their home as well. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Is there any particular teams that you want to watch other than the Matildas?
Oh, probably the USA and Brazil, I guess. There's like players like I know of.
And what's your future long and short-term goals in the sport of the World Game?
Probably just keep going and pushing myself, like maybe even get it to big time one day. But yeah, I feel like just keep pushing myself. And yeah.
And what will be your advice to our listeners out there that should get involved in the World Game, especially getting down to Southern once we get out of lockdown?
Oh, it's not just playing the sport. You get like a family and you meet so many new people that could be lifelong friends, Like, yeah, it's not just about the sport as such. It's like even about like the family, the people you meet, the coaches you have, all that type of stuff.
And let's finish off with a couple light-hearted questions about your teammates in the 19s, or even the teams that you played last season as well. Even though I've got a feel I know what most of these answers are going to be based off all the others I've had on the show. I'll start off with the most embarrassing moment by anyone on your team.
In the change rooms, there's always embarrassing moments, even like not even on the field. There's many, like with the music and dancing and stuff like that. There's heaps of embarrassing things. I couldn't name one.
Who's the comedian?
Indy Scar's always a pretty big comedian. Or like Liv in the seniors. Reese, pretty funny. Yeah, there's lots of comedians, I guess.
How did I know Reese was going to be involved in one of these answers? Now, who's the best singer and dancer in the team?
Oh, singer? I don't know. No one really sings. But best dancer, definitely someone in the seniors. They always dance, I guess, to the music. Mal, Liv, Patty, everyone dances, I guess.
Oh, there you go. Well, none of those three mentioned that they were, so I might have to contact them and see why they haven't told me that. Now, of course, I know there's this thing called TikTok at the moment.
Yeah.
I guess, firstly, have you tried it yourself? And secondly, has anyone on the team done the most TikToks during this time?
I don't think I follow anyone on TikTok from my team, actually. But yes, I have tried it myself.
Any funny moments that's ever happened at training or on the field by anyone?
Sure. When it's raining, it's always slippery, so someone always falls over at training. I guess that gives everyone a laugh when it's raining, muddy. Yeah.
Now, do you have a pre-game superstition or ritual?
I don't think I do. I was trying to think of one. I don't really have a superstition. Haven't found one yet anyway, I guess.
I'm assuming there was some pre-game songs to hype the team up before a game. If so, who ran that playlist and what was the worst song on it?
I think Sydney James ran the playlist in the 16s, and then Kayla McLeod ran it in the under 14s, but I can't really remember any funny songs.
Now, during this isolation lockdown, have you tried anything new, and have you found a hidden talent that you didn't think you had?
No, I don't think I found a hidden talent yet. Might find in the next few weeks maybe, but yeah, I don't think I found something that I haven't done before.
Finish off with this one last one, which is describe the team as many words as you like. This year's 19s team.
Loud, fun, funny. Always like good to have a laugh with, I guess. Amazing, I guess. They're all good players. No, I can't really think of any other words, but there's so many that could describe them. Weird.
I'm pretty sure Indy said that as well in her answer.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Macy, so much for joining us. It's awesome having you on the show. Obviously, we would love to talk a bit about the season, but obviously that hasn't happened this year. And let's hope 2021 goes ahead and that we can see everyone back on the sporting field very soon, and especially down there at Southern, and especially playing on that fantastic field at Carrum Downs, and hope it all goes well in 2021. And thanks so much for joining us.
That's all right. Thank you for having me.
No worries. And that's Macy there from the Southern United Under-19s VPL women's team. Of course, next year, make sure you get down and support them down there at Carrum Downs. Of course, we'll put all the details up once the season restarts in 2021. There's more on the Smash Sport Show right after this. Don't go away here on Lockdown Thursday.